my god, this video is gonna be a mess. So I came up with 5 things that truly matter at the end of the day. And this past December 2023 and the beginning of 2024, there has been a lot of reflection and self-discovery, and I'm not feeling 100% these days, but I told myself I want to do a video every week because I love making videos, and that helps me get out of the repetitive cycle of self-criticism and putting myself down and so on. So if you're going through it as well, hang in there. Please, we're gonna make it through. So I came up with these 5 things, and mind you, I'm 27 years old, like I still have a lot to experience in life. It's not like I'm telling you these 5 things are the things that only matters, because there are a lot of things that may matter to an individual, right? And I feel like sometimes younger people know life more than adults or older people, so age doesn't really matter. But anyway, so let's begin. So the first thing that I think we can all agree on is love. Love in all its spectrum and variety, not only intimate, like having a partner or partners if you're polyamorous, I don't know, family, friends. That can also be a stranger on the internet that you really connect with. It can be like even the small things, like the small interactions. Like, for example, I don't know why, but I get all that fluffy feeling when the cashier, I know the cashier at the market that is very close by, they smile, they say hi with a big smile. I'm like, oh, that makes me feel so happy. Like, I don't know. Or maybe someone opens the door, leave the door open for you to go through, or someone asks you for directions and they thank you a lot, or maybe you pick up something that somebody has dropped on the floor and they don't realize it. I think like even love for plants, flowers, for your pets, everything is imbued with love if you think about it. And even though sometimes we don't feel it, there is love inside of us, there is love in people, and I feel like that's very important to be aware of, that love comes not only in a form of an interaction, human to human interaction, but it can be like from inanimate objects as well, collections, if that's your passion, or the pets, as I told you. I feel like I came up with this analogy or example, like love is like the vast horizon of an ocean, because you don't see the end of it, even though we know there is an ending to it. There's like a city or something out there. The vastness is so huge that you don't really see the end. For us, it feels like it's endless, and you cannot put an ending to the ocean horizon, right? So I feel like love is like that. It expands, and you don't know where it will end, because there's no ending. It cannot be quantified. It's like the ever-expanding universe. Love is always there, present in every single moment. So I think that's important. Yeah. I don't know why I switched to British English there, but anyway, I've been trying. No, anyway, So second thing is inner peace. And I'm not saying that going from most important to least important, because they're all important. I'm just giving them numbers so I can remember. And I have a paper there reminding me. Inner peace is super, super important. I haven't realized that until this past year, how important it is to feel at peace within yourself, even if the outside is chaotic and is not what you really wanted it to be or how you envisioned it to be. Because with my latest coach, she told me about this, about being your own strong foundation. Because if our foundation is shaky, it's easier to be swept away by external situations. And mind you, I'm not going through the best time of my life, even if it doesn't seem so. It's just like because I like making videos and it really pumps me up. But I've been dealing with seasonal depression and it's kicking my ass for real. But having that inner peace and knowing that faith, sometimes I look at religious people, I'm not religious myself, and they have such a strong faith for their God, the God that they choose to believe in. And I do believe in God as well, but I'm not in a religious way. We all have different views on this, and I don't want to get into it too much because to each one of us has their own truth. I mean, is there an ultimate truth? Who knows? But anyway, they have this strong faith in their God, and sometimes I envy them, like, damn, that's so cool. I mean, and that faith should be also in ourselves, as I said, knowing that even if things are really shitty.
Stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
There is always a solution. And I don't know if you think back about some situations in your past that you actually made it out of and it feels like a miracle. I feel like looking back, there's so many things that I thought there were things that were so messed up and I think, what am I supposed to do? And then something happened and it got me out of there. It might not have been the best choice or the best outcome, but it got me out of there and I learned something. So it's also about like these lessons that until you realize the pattern that is going on, it's gonna come back in another form for you to learn the lesson. I feel like, like the more you go on in life, the more aware you become in a way. But I went off tangent there, right? But the inner peace has to do with this. Inner peace is important no matter what the circumstances are. Because if you think about what's the point in worrying, it just takes away at your health, at your mood, at how you feel. If you think about it, like, Anyway, third point I wanted to talk about is health in general. I'm talking about mental, physical, and emotional health. How important it is to look after our own body, because, well, I think mental health has been like the most important thing to look after. So many people are struggling with it and sometimes there is no support or help at all, so we can only rely maybe on our closest the closest people around us, the intimate people that we have around. And it's important to ask for help when you need it. And sometimes it's not available, or the financial situation might not be the best. It's hard because sometimes you really need someone to help you see the situation from a broader perspective. Health is super important. What you eat, what you drink, what you feed your own brain with, what you watch, what you listen to, who you listen to. And with the social media technology going wild, and it can be very detrimental. I was watching this guy, a philosopher, I don't know. He was talking about how people, and I believe this, how some people turn to psychologists because they were losing like 40 or 50 subscribers from Twitch. And I'm like, holy cow, that's a very serious situation. Like, social media can be a curse and a blessing at the same time. It's just that I wish people were kinder to each other. And I mean, you don't know what the other person is struggling with. Why do you make assumptions of someone who you barely know, or just behind a camera, right? And I'm not talking about all, because there are some people that are really shitty out there. But as I was saying, like, that's why it's important. That's why it's important to take time off social media, especially with these new generations that are really influenced by what they see online. And that can really change their perspective, change who they are really, and molding them into someone they're not. As we can all see happening, kind of. It's messed up. But I don't want to focus on the bad only. Oh my god. There are also a lot of people. I've been watching this guy. Wait, I forgot his name. Oh yeah, I will put a link. Star Jesse Taylor. I will put the YouTube link in the description. Hopefully I will remember. And he actually has very helpful advice. And I was watching one of his videos about how to get out of depression, which is really hard. Not impossible. It can be hard because you have to bring yourself to keep doing your valued actions. And he makes an example, I think, about if you think like going on a walk out in nature makes you feel good, but you don't have that input, you have to pick yourself up and go out there. And the more you do that, the more you train your brain to think that, oh, that's good for us, so we'll keep doing this. Like, in short, it's kind of this, but I really, really advise you go and watch his videos, also long videos on YouTube, and check out his Instagram. Really, really helpful. Yeah, mental, physical, emotional health. Absolutely, if you can and you need help, reach out. There's always a solution for everything. Fourth point is, I put them together, like passions and experiences, because I think they go hand in hand with each other. They correlate with each other, because, for example, the same example over and over again that I do is learning a new instrument. It's basically a new experience. It's a passion and an experience. So I feel like seek out more of what brings you joy. And even though sometimes I can see it with myself these days. It's like playing the violin is like more of a chore than anything, but it really makes me happy. It's just that sometimes it's just I think life is meant to be experienced. We are here on this planet. We are basically the only humans in the entire universe, apparently, but you never know. You never know. There are probably other planets with humans, maybe in a parallel universe. That would be cool, but anyway, going off topic. And also, I wanted to say that in correlation to the health part as well, I've been reading this book called The Midnight Library that was suggested to me by my last coach. And please, trigger warning, it has the suicide theme. So just a heads up, because I thought I was ready, but it blew me away. It was kind of harsh, but I'm still reading it because it's amazing. And it talks about regrets in life and how the main character is going through a lot, and she just thinks that these regrets are bad, but in reality they turn out to be something else. Like, she thinks she did the wrong choice, but I don't want to spoil. That's why spoiler. Yes. But let me read this. Maybe it will tickle your curiosity. I really love it. Oh my god. And I'm not even half of the book, but I feel like I just wanted to insert this book in this video. Anyway. Oh god. We all have regrets. Choices we could have made differently. Path we didn't take. Other lives we might have led. But what if you were given a chance to fix your past? Enter the Midnight Library. Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then, at the stroke of midnight on her last day on Earth, she finds herself transported to the Midnight Library, where each book contains an alternate life, a possible world in which she made different choices. She is given what seems like the ultimate opportunity, a chance to undo her regrets and try out each of the other lives she might have lived. But things aren't always what she imagined they'd be, and soon her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question. With infinite choices, what is the best way to live? Please read it, it's amazing. If you're not extremely triggered by the topic. And yeah, as I was saying, sorry, but I had to introduce that book. Passions and experiences is what make life in the end, you know? Unless you're supposed to be a monk in a temple, but not everyone's life's purpose, right? Random. Anyway, passions and experiences, I don't know, it's not the same for everyone. No, maybe sometimes I realize how my life choices and views and beliefs were influenced by what I saw on social media, and I thought, oh, this is what I want to do too. This is what I want to do. And then in the end it was not. Oh, this is what I want to do, then it was not. It's all about thinking with your own brain and listening to your own heart. And you might want to try different things, you know, and the fear of failure shouldn't hold you back. If something doesn't work out, doesn't mean it was there to hurt you or make you feel like you're behind in life. There is no age to start something. Like, if you feel the call to do something and you have what is it called? The drive, the passion, the love for it started out like I told in my latest video. And even if it's just looking up stuff, you know, it's all about having and following that curiosity that we sometimes lose year after year. And as Einstein said, to stop learning is to start dying. So keep doing what you love, go after what you love, and experience as much as you want, as much as you feel like you want to. There's no right or wrong. So it's all about experiencing life. Life is meant to be experienced. And we're already in February at the time of this video, of course. January has gone by and life is too short, for real. But you know, I think sometimes there are things that come in divine timing. I don't know, that life is really mysterious. Okay, fifth point is about job or jobs. It depends, you know. Sometimes there are people that don't want to stick to one thing only, and then they have different jobs or some various passions that intertwine and become a job. You never know. But the thing is about having a job that stimulates you, that you like, that you love going to and doing is important, because I've been going through different jobs now, like also being neurodivergent. I realized how hard it is. And you know, there are neurodivergents that can actually fit in a job, and that's cool. But for me, it really impacts my mental health. And that's why, you know, having a job that doesn't drain you, doesn't make you feel like shit, doesn't make you want to stay in bed longer than usual, or things like that, because it can affect the other points that I've talked about. And still I don't understand why we have to pay for stuff. But anyway, that's another topic. Having a job is important, that you love is important. And I feel like each one of us has the possibility to find something that they love. Or it could be that you can work at your current job and start working on a side hustle, or you know, having the job and having a side hustle and just doing them both, or working on the side hustle because you want that to be your main job. You know, it really depends from person to person. It's not the same for everyone. There are people out there that cannot work a 9 to 5, and there are people that can and they love it, and there are people that they don't. You know, it's always an individual's life experience. You cannot say that one thing works for everyone, and that's how I think most people think, like having a job and that's it. All of the points that I've talked about are important because they all correlate to each other, they're all intertwined. So I would love to know what you think about, and in a respectful way, of course. Please, we're all civilized humans, at least some. If you want to change something, add something, you know, your opinions, your beliefs, I really would love to know. Yeah, so thank you so much for listening, and see you next time.